angle it around itself. And let's see what we can see. Now, I was going to do this where there were crappie, but I thought since I planted trout tonight, maybe we could see some trout if we did this. Now, that was a couple hours ago, so they're probably all gone by now. But I will be using this when I get to an area with crappie later. It doesn't take barely 4 watts to run that big bright lamp. And this thing has enough power I can fish all night using it. So here's my Jackery. This is their 50-watt solar panel. This is the Explorer unit, their middle-size unit. They make a lot of products, not just the 240-watt Explorer. It also has an input to show you how many watts you're bringing in through the solar panel or whatever input method you're charging it with. You can also charge it from your wall. You can charge it from your cigarette lighter in your vehicle. A lot of times I won't even use the big panel they gave me. I will use my solar in my house. When my battery banks get charged, the excess juice, I'll just plug this into the cigarette lighter and charge it off of that. When you're running a device off of the sine wave inverter, it has a little output meter here. So it'll give you an idea what your device is using. Now this sine wave inverter, like I said, has a 200-watt max constant and a 400-watt peak. You've also got, so you can't go above that. You've also got the 12-volt outlet and the 2 USB outlets. But that's not all Jackery makes. They make a larger version, a 440, a 500. They make the solar panel here, which is a high-efficiency solar panel. Magnetic, collapsible, very thin, very durable. It's got the little rings. They also make power banks. That's what they started out making, power banks. They got small ones, they got massive ones. I love this one. Can you see I've dropped it quite a few times? And I figure this is the perfect place to do the video because we have so many people out here using solar panels. They got a Goal Zero unit over here, the big 200 Boulder briefcase, and she's got that running to her. Oh, there is a Goal Zero unit there. It looks like it's running a refrigerator. Over here, they've got another Goal Zero panel set up. And there's their little battery pack, the Yeti 400. I like that though. And really, if you look, everybody here has solar in one way or another. On top of their rig, on the ground as a portable panel. Our camp is actually kind of empty right now. We had a lot more people here just a few days ago, but some people have to take off once in a while and just go explore other places. Have ourselves a little adventure today. If I can do this one-handed, I should just set up the tripod. This fits nicely in my backpack. I do have a carry bag for it, but the backpack's going to be easier for on my bike. Can't go without the Gold Claw, not where we're going. And a scoop would help. I should take the snuffer bottle in case I find any big chunks. Are you guys looking in my filthy bathroom? And charger. I forgot to charge my camera glasses, so that's going to complicate everything a little bit. This is my Rad power bike, my Rad Mini. It folds in the middle. The handlebars also fold, which I thought would be great for a motorhome, but I should have just went with the Rad Rover. I mean, maybe it depends on your setup and what kind of space you have, but for me, folding it doesn't really make the bike any smaller. It's just shorter now and twice as thick. Boy, of course, right when I start recording a video, every loud vehicle in town decides to drive by. It was completely quiet a minute ago when I was recording with my glasses, or when I thought I was recording with the glasses, but I actually had a dead battery. So, all in all, I love the bike. I got it through a firm on a payment plan, if you're wondering how I'm able to afford it. A firm will work with anybody, but I have fair credit. But from what I understand, a firm will work with anybody. If your credit's really bad, you just may have a higher down. I don't know what happened here, but I don't like that. But I already bought some touch-up paint, so the additions, it come with a fairly nice seat, but I had to buy a thicker seat, so I got this one, which is very cushy, very padded. It's called the Bikeroo seat. I know, Bikeroo, what a name. But hey, it's really a very nice seat. I also added a rear view mirror and this, the aluminum cell phone mount, which has been really nice. It has a little bell. It's got a nice Shimano shifter, a derailleur guard, a guard for the chain on the bigger sprocket up front. It's got speedometer, odometer, watt meter, pedal assist levels that you can change. I usually roll on 4 or 5, but you can use as little as 1 pedal assist, which means you'll do a lot more of the work. The higher you go on that, the more the motor works with you. And it's got these new Kenda tires that were designed specifically for the Rad Mini bike. They have the new K-Shield liners in them, which are supposedly thorn resistant. We'll find out, because this is goat head territory in Lake Isabella, or really anywhere in my county. And of course the pedals fold too. But all in all, I'm very happy with the bike. I'm really liking it. You can go 20 to 40 miles on a single charge, depending on how much you pedal with it, how heavy you are, whether you're going uphill or downhill. It's got a Bafang motor, 750 watt, which is the largest allowed by law. When I pull the brake handle, the brakes light up. It's got a front fairly bright headlight. Both the brake light and the headlight are incorporated into the onboard battery. That's an improvement over the 2018 model. You needed your own battery for the brake light. Now it's all incorporated in, and it gets brighter when you pull the lever, so that's really nice. So let's go ahead and finish this ride. I was gonna record it with my camera glasses, but instead I'm gonna have to use the phone, which means I won't be using the throttle, twist throttle. I'll just be using the pedal assist. I'm on level 5 pedal assist right now, which means when I turn the pedal, let's turn it down 1 level to 4. When I turn the pedal, it's almost like I'm turning the grip, except I'm also using my legs a little bit. Really smooth ride with the shock absorbers on the front. It's good in even soft sand, which I would totally ride through right now, but I'm using one hand on the phone and going through soft dirt with only one hand on the steering bar handlebar. Might be a little awkward. Well, let's try it. What the heck? The things I do for video. At least it's not as soft on this part as it was back there. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with my purchase. Like I said, I kind of wish I'd have gone with the larger, slightly larger model. But one nice advantage to this bike, it has the 20-inch fat tires. And those 20-inch fat tires actually change your gearing ratio a little bit, which makes this one better for climbing hills, better for taking off. Just gives it a little bit more torque. And with a heavy person like myself, that's kind of nice. So I'm going to end this video and just concentrate on riding until I get to my destination, and then we'll pull this back out. I had to cross the creek, and I got a little water on the tire and a little wire on the box. I accidentally hit the gas and it spun the back tire out right down in the middle of the creek, and I don't have fenders on this yet. So I'll give it a washing when I get home. They make these in Seattle, so they're designed to withstand water. Now, I brought my little Jackery power bank so I can charge my phone while I'm doing this. I brought my Gold Claw Gold Pan and one of my GPAA scoops. I brought my little tripod and my cell phone holder. I brought my big Jackery power station, my Explorer 240, which we're still reviewing, and I've had this for a few months and it has been so valuable in so many situations. I've used it when it's been overcast for a few days, just as a little extra battery storage when my house battery on the motorhome can't keep up. I've used it for playing my video game when I want. My Xbox takes a little more power than I like off of my house battery system. So on the days when I have an extra sun and things going on, I'll plug the Xbox into this and play the Xbox for hours and not have to worry about it draining down my regular battery. I've also used this for running my projector outside. I've tried making a review video several times and I always come up with a better idea, but this is going to be it now because I finally got something unique and I've used this long enough that I can fully attest to its capabilities and its longevity, and I am very impressed with this. Charge the Rad Mini bike off of the Jackery Explorer 240 power station. This is the Rad Mini Charger. Now, this may not be the best way to extend your battery on your Rad Mini or other electric bike, but it is definitely a helpful solution. Let's make sure this is fully charged, plugged in. Both lights are showing red. When one is green, it's fully charged. The Explorer, let's go ahead and take a look at the consumption while I talk. It's up to 126 watts was the highest I saw. In previous testing, I've seen it go up as high as about 148. This pure sine wave inverter can handle up to 400, so this 2 amp charger is well within range, even in its bulk charging mode, where it uses the highest amount of power. We're just going to go ahead and leave that sit here for a minute while I talk. So, the battery on the Rad Mini is a 48 volt battery. It is 14 amp hours, but it works out to something like 700 watt hours. 712 or 672, something like that, around 700. The Jackery Explorer is 240 watt hours, but it's 12 volt and it's 16 amp hours. Now, I'm not really an electrical guy. I have a basic understanding, but that doesn't really make sense to me how this can have a higher amp hour rating, but that has a higher watt hour rating by 2/3. From what I've seen, the watt hour is where the math comes into play as to how much of a charge you can get off of the Explorer 240 on this 48 volt battery. I've seen that it will recharge approximately 30%. And the trick is, you can't recharge it while you're driving, so you got to be someplace. I'm going to sit here and pan gold for at least an hour. So while I'm here panning gold, this is going to be recharging off of that. I probably had enough juice to get home, but now I know for sure if I sit here for an hour, maybe 2 hours, if I'm going someplace like fishing, I could sit there 5 or 6 hours and completely deplete the Jackery, recharging the battery, and have myself an extra 30% of my battery pack. Now, Jackery also makes larger units. They just released the Honda by Jackery H290. Jackery also has the Explorer 440. The Explorer 440 is almost double the capacity of this. If this is charging to about 30%, I'm going to say that the Explorer 440 should be able to recharge the battery on this particular bike to about 50%. I don't even know. Will this show up on pan, on video? This, how am I going to do this? Up in this second or third large riffle, if you look real careful, if the sun hits it just right, you might be able to see a few pieces of tiny, tiny gold. I'm not even going to suck those up with my snuffer bottle. I just wanted to show you. Oh, and there's another little tiny one down there in that black sand. So I went up and down the creek here, and I tried, I don't know, 20, 30 sample pans. Oh, this is a busy place. This is a right next to a county park, so a lot of people come here, but it also floods out, and I was kind of hoping that maybe the flood would have pushed new material down here. Maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. I took samples from a few different places up and down here and ran a few pans. You can go through a pan pretty fast with this gold claw, or maybe I went too fast. Maybe that's why I didn't find anything. No, if I'm finding those little tiny pieces, anything bigger would have been heavy enough to get caught in this. So I'm pretty confident it wasn't my panning. This is just not the best place. But I didn't expect it to be. I've prospected this creek before. Further up in the mountains, same creek. Further down towards the river, same creek. Right here in this park, same creek. And I never found anything spectacular or even noteworthy. But it was a good excuse to get out of the house, get a little bit of sunlight, use my bike, use my Explorer, and show you guys how this all works. Now you might be wondering, why did I bring my other Jackery power bank when I could be charging my phone off the Explorer? Well, this gives me the portability. My phone died during the video, but this gives me the portability to still be charging my phone and stand back and look at that one. But more importantly, I wanted to be able to utilize all of the juice from this to recharge that bike while I was here. Now let's see, we have drained the battery down almost halfway, almost 62%. I could sit here longer and it would charge even more, and it would drain this further and charge that more, but I'm not going to. I think I have enough juice to get back to where I have my RV parked, and I'm actually off the road for about a week, staying with a friend, taking care of laundry and seeing my doctor and doing all those kind of important things that I put off most of the year. I wonder what this is on my tire. Some kind of schmutz. I'll have to give it a good cleaning later. But yeah, this works out great. So far, I've found way more uses for the Jackery than I ever expected. Originally, I got it just to run my CPAP. And you know, I don't use it for the CPAP very often. I don't use the CPAP as much as I should. I'm bad like that. But I've used it for so many other things where it's come in very handy. And this bike, it's been a, I've only had it for about 2 weeks, but I don't know why I waited so long to get one. I guess I'm going to end this video here. I may add a couple more clips doing a couple other things with the Jackery, but this sure seems like a good place to end a video. Next to a creek, out in the sun, under the mountains. Do whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. So, I can't leave the video right there. I've got to give you a promo code. In the description, I'm going to drop a promo code. You go over to Amazon and you add it into the promo code section, and it'll take the price of the Jackery Explorer 240 from $249 down to $212. There's also currently a promotion going on over on Amazon already, a coupon. You click the little coupon link and it adds the $20, which is the current coupon price, $20 code to your item. And I believe you can use this promo and the coupon together. If not, sorry, but I'm pretty sure you can. My promo code will take the price down to $212. With that coupon that currently offers another $20 off, you can get the Jackery Explorer 240 for a total of $192. And that's the cheapest price I've ever seen for one of these. So if you're interested, this might be the perfect time to go over there and get one for yourself. Sierra, she's not impressed.